we can use their facility Visual Studio Code editor on our web browser. So I was just looking to download the Visual Studio Code there. So I go to the Visual Studio Code official webpage, and from there, in the above, there was multiple section for documents, update, blocks, and so I thought of reading some of their documents. So there was a overview section, and there was a multiple section like setup, getting started, user guide, and that below down there was a remote section. As and in the remote section there was a multiple subsections like SSH and dev containers. So I was reading for the dev containers there and reading the dev containers, and also there was a section for VS Code server. So I was unaware of that VS Code server. So I thought of looking for what that is. Reading that I found the benefit of the VS Code server, that they allow to securely connect to the remote machine, and there's a well explained architecture and every and the proper manual in their documentation there. I suggest you to read that if you ever if you want to know more about that. In the page going below, there is a section of getting started. There we can see the license and the command to how we can use that VS Code server. So I thought of giving it a try. I go to my command prompt here and zoom up. I zoom so you can see. So I type the code tunnel there, and it throws an error that run this command again with that accept term and condition page. So going back to the documentation, I read and they say that you will be prompted to accept the server license terms, and when you run the statement to the machine. So we have to add this accept server license terms to our statement. Like, so I copy that and paste in my command and hit enter. So I provided with the link to this link is to grant access to the server, and I followed the link to my browser, and with this link I also got the code. So which this is for authorization purpose. So I followed the link, and it landed me to the GitHub page. So it asks for the sign in, where I forgot my username and password. So I just quickly was trying to recover my password. So I reset my password there only. Changing the pass, I again go to the link and click on that link, and it asks me for device activation. So I type in the code which I was provided. I click on the continue button, and there was an authorization. It lands me to the authorization page where we have to authorize the GitHub for VS Code. So I accepted that and click on the authorize Visual Studio Code. Clicking on that, it tells that congratulations, you are all set. And then I go then I go back to my command prompt, and there I get a link to open this link in the web browser. So again I followed that link to my browser. Clicking on the link, and again GitHub asks me for the additional permission. So allow that, and finally is the time to use VS Code on our browser. So this is a so so in this simple step we can use a Visual Studio Code in our browser securely. So I thought of saving and running a simple Python file for of random generating number between 1 to 2 and print that. So I install the extension Python. So I install the Python extension, and in the meantime I go back I will go back to my code, and in the first line I import a random module, and then the second I initialize a variable a with random.randint. Randint is a random integer function, and in function I provide two numbers 0 and 1. So it will randomly choose number between 0 and 1, and I print that a. So I was on the web, so I think of in saving this as web.py. So I save this Python file with the name web.py. So it's time to run the Python file and see if this run or not. So I click on the run button, and we can see that the VS Code is running very fine on our web browser also. So if you like this video, please like, share. If you like this video, please do let me know. Thank you.